It's a pleasure to be part of your
Rachel,
show.
you had a goal and you chased that goal. There's a lot of competition, right?
Yes, exactly.
What are the steps they should take?
Instead of becoming disappointed, I just adapted and kept working.
She currently lives and works in Canada, but she was able to get jobs in Australia and the US. With many different experiences working abroad, she has been sharing her know-how in getting jobs outside of Korea. Hello and good morning to you in Vancouver, Miss Rachel Beck.
Good morning. Thank you for speaking with me today. It's a pleasure to be part of your show.
Rachel, thank you so much for joining us. Wow, it's from Vancouver.
Yes.
So I hear that you studied in Korea and even worked at a local company, but you decided to build your career outside of Korea. How did you come to this decision?
I didn't originally make a plan to build my career outside of Korea. It just started with a wish to live in Vancouver, Canada. When I was in college, I got a chance to stay in Vancouver temporarily for around half a year. Since then, I fell in love with Vancouver because of its nice weather, beautiful scenery, nice people, and clean air. And after falling in love with the city, I felt as if I needed to make my way over to Canada. And at the time, I was just a regular college girl in Korea who had not finished school, spoke basic English, and had no professional working experience at all. And then I was thinking, to live in Canada, I must get a job to survive. And to get a job, I felt as if I needed to improve my English communication ability. So to improve my English ability, I try to expose myself to environment that I can use English as much as I can. So luckily, I got a job with a trading company and global cruising company in Korea, which made me practice English more. And then I got a chance to get an internship job in Australia, and luckily got a full-time job in the United States. Finally, I moved to Canada 9 years ago, and I worked in private and public sector. So it started with my dream that I wanted to live in Canada. And now when I look back, I ended up building my career in Korea, Australia, United States, and Canada.
Right. So you had a goal and you chased that goal. Now you are sharing your know-how of getting jobs outside of Korea, right? Rachel, there are a lot of people who are currently job searching and they want to find jobs outside of Korea as well. They're probably tuning in right now. Based on your experience, what are the steps they should take?
It's a very good question. Based on survey results, more than 80% of college students answer that they prefer to work overseas. But to me, as a global career advisor, it is hard to believe that because not many people put the work into finding a job. They just dream about working overseas. So when I was dreaming about moving overseas, I actively applied and did lots of work to get here. That's the important thing, doing the work to grow your skills and apply for the job. Without motivation, people really will have tough time. And next, when job seekers don't get contacted by companies or fail job interviews, they must find out the reason why. But most people just give up after trying a few times, which is wrong.
Right.
So they need to keep trying. Instead of finding the correct reason why they fail, they just assume the reason are unimportant or random. They assume it's because they're foreign or unqualified or something else. Whereas, if they ask, they find out for sure. However, most of the people who come to me to get my help, they have, to be honest, they have like a skill of writing resumes and cover letters, and they don't know how to find the right company that they can fit in with. So my advice is that they need to find their motivation first, and then apply for the job with good quality cover letter and resume, and of course interview preparation as well. Following that, they need to keep trying until they get one, not assume anything, because that will often discourage them.
Right. Rachel, I understand that you're also an author and you published a book 2 years ago. Can you please tell us about this book?
Oh, yes, of course. The book title is 꼭 한국에서만 살아야 할 이유가 없다면. I've been writing on my blog since I started working in New York. When I shared my story, readers responded and got inspired. So I was thinking, if I write a book and publish, it can reach more people, and hopefully I can inspire them too. So as you can see in my book title, 꼭 한국에서만 살아야 할 이유가 없다면, I want to inspire others to look beyond the border of the Korea and their own limitation. Koreans don't get to, sorry? Yeah.
No, so this title of the book, if you don't have to live in Korea, right?
Yes.
So I was looking through the book and there were a lot of inspirational quotes. One of them was, there are so many different opportunities in life and you never know which opportunity you will encounter that will suit you. So life is all about preparing for that moment. Can you elaborate on this, please?
Yeah, sure. Oh, thank you for reading my book and for your compliments. To explain this, I want to ask you a question.
Sure.
Who doesn't want to attend top university like Sky? Who doesn't want to work for, big companies? Maybe very little.
Right. There are a lot of people who do dream of doing that.
Yes, exactly. Right. So most people want to go there to study or work, but don't forget, we are not the only ones who want them. It's
there's a lot of competition, right?
Yes, exactly. So it's quite a competition to get into this high-level school. Even myself, I failed to get into the school in Seoul. Plus, I didn't get a job at one of the biggest companies in Korea, even though I tried and I did my best. However, instead of becoming disappointed, I just adapted and kept working. I didn't achieve what I wanted every time, but I always strive to be better than yesterday, to be better than last year, and if possible, better than a few years ago. So a few years later, after I graduated university, I gained acceptance into master program in Seoul. And a few years later, after I failed at getting a job at one of the biggest companies in Korea, I was actually able to get a job working indirectly for the company, working on their electric device. Also, and also one thing I do is share other people's story through my YouTube channel, and through this, it allows others to see and learn from people's story. So one of the story I found was a lady who wanted to get a job in Canada, but she didn't have any work experience or work visa, and she never got a chance to get a job interview in Canada. But she got a job in China first, and then finally got a job in Canada this year. So there are so many other stories on YouTube channel that they failed, but instead of giving up, they kept doing their best to achieve it with a long-term plan, and eventually they did it. So opportunity come to everyone. We just don't know.
you're right. You don't know when those opportunities are going to come. It's just you have to be ready for that moment.
Yes.
Rachel, unfortunately, we are out of time. Thank you so much for joining us here on The Scoop today. I do know that it is early in the morning. Again, once again, the book is If You Don't Have to Live in Korea. I mean, if you have that opportunity and you would like to know more about overseas employment, please refer to that book that was by author Rachel Beck. Rachel, once again, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. A pleasure was all mine. Thank you.
Thank you.